Hello guys and welcome back to another Dazod 500 FC video. Today is the 3rd of June. We're going to be predicting CONCACAF, the World Cup qualifiers. I really hope you like this because the next one in the CONCACAF ones will be September 2025. So enjoy. So yeah, let's get straight into this with Group A. So Group A. It has Antigua and Barbuda, Bermuda, Cayman Islands, Cuba, and Honduras. And what I think for this group is that the Cayman Islands will get last. Is that really up for much debate? Like, come on, guys, Cayman Islands. I think 4th is going to be Bermuda. I can see that changing with Antigua, but it won't be by a whole lot of points if Bermuda get 3rd. But I think Bermuda is safe in 4th. Antigua's going to get 3rd. Maybe I have a little bit bias, because I remember Antigua as the team that almost topped El Salvador in the 2022 World Cup qualifiers, so maybe that's a little bit of bias. Maybe they're not actually that good, but that's how I remember them as being, so I'm going to put them 3rd, but that could be wrong. Cuba 2nd. Cuba, they're not a great team. They're kind of like, if you were to put them in Europe, they kind of be like a Slovenia. Like, if you prepared them against most teams, they will probably win, but they're not a big team and they really don't qualify for World Cups. Honduras will go number 1. I can't see that changing for anyone. Even the most optimistic of Cubans, I don't think Honduras will ever top them. So now we're going to go on to Group B. Next up is Group B, where we have Bahamas, Grenada, or whatever, Costa Rica, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Trinidad. Bahamas getting last. The chances that Bahamas get 4th, if Bahamas get 4th, props to them. Whoever got last should probably fire their coach, because Bahamas is not a good team in whatever, right? So I do think last for Bahamas is what's going to happen. 4th, Grenada. Yeah, they're just not that good. They're really not. Number 3. Now, I guess most people are expecting me to say St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm actually saying Trinidad. I'm saying Trinidad because, remember, the 2022 World Cup qualifiers, Trinidad was number 1 in their group, and they just needed to win or draw, and they would stay that. They lose to St. Kitts and Nevis. They bottle it, and I think that's going to happen again. I think Trinidad gets 3rd, St. Kitts gets 2nd, and of course, Costa Rica is going to get number 1. Again, one of those things that if you really think Trinidad's going to get number 1, okay. Any other country, I don't think that's going to be the case. Next up, we have Group C of the qualifiers. We have Aruba, we have Barbados, we have Curaçao, we have Haiti, and we have St. Lucia. My prediction here is that Aruba gets last. What a shock. I know. Yeah, pretty much everyone's predicting this. If you predict, someone else to get last, I'd be surprised at who you pick. 4th and 3rd, I can definitely see being switched around. I'm saying 4th, St. Lucia, and 3rd, Barbados. I think those two teams will get eliminated 100%, but in which order, that's up for debate. I do think St. Lucia 4th, Barbados 3rd, but I could easily say St. Lucia 3rd and Barbados 4th. And now it's between Haiti and Curaçao. I do think Haiti's going to get 2nd. I think they're going to have a strong start, a decent middle, and frick it up right at the end, and Curaçao will take advantage of that to get 1st in the group. Now we are on to Group D. We're already halfway done. We have Belize, we have Guyana, Montserrat, Nicaragua, and of course, we have the reigning Gold Cup runners-up, Panama. I do think Belize is going to get last. Who else really isn't predicting this? Because they really should be getting last, right? What are they the best in? What sport are they actually the best in? Is it soccer? Because they suck at it. Number 4, I'm going to say Guyana. Now you're going to say, oh, it's going to be Montserrat. Oh, it's going to be Nicaragua. I think it's going to be neck and neck on the final match day between those 3 aforementioned teams. I think Guyana will fall just short of Montserrat. Yeah, it kind of sucks for them, but it doesn't matter, because Montserrat's going to be eliminated too, who come in 3rd. So going through is 2nd with Nicaragua. Now, people actually underestimate Nicaragua. They are good team. Good team. Which obviously means Panama's going to get first. They should be getting first. A side like Panama should be getting first all the time, especially with those groups. And I think they're going to win every single game. And I firmly believe they will win every single game in this tournament. I do. Alright, guys, we're here in a different location. Hopefully, we don't lose anyone. So, Group E has Dominica, the Dominican Republic. It has the British Virgin Islands. It has Guatemala. And it has Jamaica. In this group, I think it's undeniable that the British Virgin Islands will get last. They beat the U.S. Virgin Islands to get here. People said it was the Virgin Derby, which is hilarious, and I agree, because you're hoping the British Virgin Islands don't get last. So, British Virgin Islands 5th. 4th, I'm going with Dominica. Many people also think Dominica's going to get 4th, and I couldn't agree more with that, because the 3 countries I have above are better than Dominica, and the one I have below is not as good. You know what I mean? 3rd is the Dominican Republic, and that is because they're not quite as good as Guatemala or Jamaica, but they're better than Dominica. I think it's going to be a close one between the Dominican Republic and Guatemala, but I think Guatemala edge out because Guatemala is a really good team. Really, really, really good team, and I think they're going to get second. Honestly, I could see them getting first, but that right goes to Jamaica, at least in this group. And finally, it's Group F, where we have the countries of, or at least regions, of Anguilla, El Salvador, which actually is a country, unlike Puerto Rico. That is not a country. But what is a country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Suriname is also there, but they're in South America. I think Anguilla is going to get last. They're the second worst ranked team in the world. In 2020, well, at least at one point in time, I don't know which part of the year, but I remember Anguilla being ranked worse than San Marino. They're getting dead last. St. Vincent, if they get third, okay, I'm going to make a whole video about them. Okay, but that's not going to be until September 2025, so if I forget, comment. Suriname going to get third. I feel like Suriname can get second if they try hard enough, but ultimately El Salvador is just too good of a team. Puerto Rico is just barely going to edge them out to get second. And El Salvador is going to get first. Yeah, I guess that's obvious, right? I mean, maybe not obvious, but expected.